In the 21st century, the use of email has become a very important aspect in global and domestic communication.
In today's video, we will explain how the email actually works. So what is email? How do we define it?
Well, Alvin, email is the electronic means in which digital messages are sent from one computer user to one or more clients via the internet.
So, we define what the email is. Now, we're going to explain how it works. This is how the email might appear to work to an average person. The mail is sent directly from the sender's outbox to the client's inbox. However, it's much more complicated than it looks. Let us describe to you in a series of steps. First, the sender creates an email in their MUA, or Mail User Agent. The MUA is an application that composes and reads emails such as Gmail, Yahoo, and AOL. But let's be honest, who actually uses AOL or Yahoo Mail? Second, the sender's email is transferred to an MDA, or a Mail Delivery Agent, where they accept and forward the email.
So now that Alvin has described to you how email works, let me give you an example. Let's take our two participants, Alice and Bob. A user, Alice, sends an email message and connects to an SMTP, which stands for a Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. This server is configured in her email client or mail user agent. On the SMTP server, a mail transfer agent looks at the recipient address and looks up the domain part of the address to determine its location. After acquiring a domain name system server for the name of its mail exchanger for the recipient's domain's name, the SMTP server will send the message to that server via the SMTP protocol. The receiving server will store the message and make it available to the recipient, Bob, who can access it via web. Cut it.
Now that we've heard Sykirin's example, let's move to the next step. During the next step, the mail goes through a network cloud which consists of many mail servers, DNS servers, routers, and other devices. An important fact to know is that you can be temporarily unable to send mail if the network cloud is down for maintenance. This is why private companies like Google have their own network cloud. During the fourth step, the mail joins a queue of other emails based on the traffic of outgoing mail to the recipient. And the fifth step, the sender's MTA handles the mail till it is accepted or rejected by the client's MTA.
The sixth step. The email might be transferred to more than one MTA within a network cloud, and it is likely to go through at least one firewall where it may be tested by spam and virus filters. If the email contains malware, the mail is quarantined and the client is notified. And if the mail contains spam, it is usually deleted without notifying the client. Finally, the mail has gone through all the traps to be transferred to a local MDA to then be delivered to the correct mailbox. And that is how the email works. So now that we've explained how email works, let's just do some review. So in the beginning of the video, we've told you how email appears to work to the average person. So mail is sent from the sender's outbox over here, and then it's sent to the recipient's inbox over here. But we've also explained to you that this is actually way more complicated than it seems, as you can tell from the bottom of the illustration. So now that we described how the email works, we hope that you've learned something. But if you want to find out more, just Google it, because we only went through a very brief introduction on how the email works.
Yeah.
That's our international roommate.
Uno!